SPXX Radio, breaking hits all day, streaming hits all night. It's your boy DJ Fusion. I got a special guest in the studio, back off a 3 to 4 year hiatus. Rip, what's going on, homie?
What up? Not much, man. Just out here staying busy, man.
So the last time I saw you, the project was called Show's Over. It's obviously not over. You're back at it again with a new project. What's going on?
Yeah, man, just, I just hit one of those stages in life where you just kind of get kind of burned out with what you're currently doing and everything, and I just had to take a little bit of downtime, kind of
regroup and collect a little bit.
Definitely regroup, and I'm just in a different mind state now. I'm a little older than I was, like you said, my last project was about 3-4 years ago now. Was the last album that I released, and I'm just kind of back with a different mind frame, different mentality, and I just been through a whole bunch of different things the last 4 years, and it's just
you've grown as an artist, as a man.
I've definitely grown. I've definitely grown as an artist, as a man, and people are going to see that on my album too. It's kind of crazy. This album actually gets kind of deep, to be honest. It's a lot deeper than a lot of stuff that I've actually ever put out. Actually, I'm coming out with some things on this album that I've never even talked about before. So
that's hot. And yeah. I got a sneak peek into it yesterday. I got a sneak peek of the video. The first single, Still Here. I was really blown away by what I saw, and we're gonna bring it to the world here in just a few minutes. But I want you to give me kind of the premise of the Still Here record and what's going on with this project. And there's a couple of changes that you've implemented with this project over your previous works, and how you've based and wrote your songs. And I want you to kind of elaborate to the listeners for that.
Yeah. Well, this first single, Still Here, it's kind of it kind of means a lot to me, more than what the average fan or supporter out there would see to the eye, because I kind of go back to my roots, and that's kind of the whole basis of this project and this song. I go back to my roots, and I have all my whole original Rip Records family on the track, and people don't know this, but I've been making music since the 90s. I'm kind of dating myself now, but I mean, I've been recording music since the 90s. So I started my label when I was still in high school in 2000. I actually just celebrated the 16-year anniversary. The 16-year anniversary. And so this album features, my guy PR, who I started my label with, Influence, and previously known as Too Bogus. I'm gonna keep saying Too Bogus. His new artist name is True Motive. But this is the first song where we're all together on the same track, because we've collaborated before in the past, but never all on the same track.
Right.
And this is actually the first time my guy PR that I started my music or my label with is actually in a video with me. Like, we've never done a video together. So this is like 16 years after the fact. So it's just kind of crazy. It's kind of like we're still here. It's kind of catering to a lot of our old fans and supporters. A few that are left. And it's just kind of like, it's one of those things like, I'm still here, we're still doing our thing, we never went anywhere, family's family, and that's kind of the basis of the whole song, just kind of let people know we're still here, we're back, man.
I was really surprised, honestly. I turned on the video, and I saw you, first and foremost come in, but you didn't come in rapping right away, like, you didn't have a verse right away, like, your crew shined, and they really carried it, and complimented where the video was trying to take it, so it wasn't just necessarily about the lyrics, it was about the whole project, and the video is amazing. It's truly amazing, and there's something else about this that I think we need to pass on to let people know just how amazing your production and your art really is. You've self-produced this video and this audio on your own. Give us a little insight to the production process, not only writing the song and recording it, but then trying to visualize it and bringing the whole package forward.
Right. The thing about producing the music video is you have complete control over it, you know what I mean? And it's that's what I like. I like having control over it, because I actually envision the music videos playing out in my head as I'm writing the songs. So by the time the song is even recorded, the video is already envisioned in my head. I mean, I'll even write to the songs knowing how the video is going to go, you know what I mean? Like, I'll write lyrics to the song because I know how the video is going to go. So in this day and age, when I put out music, I already envision there's going to be a music video to it, because I'm sure the number one place people discover new music nowadays is YouTube.
Yep.
So YouTube is huge, and I just integrated music videos as a part of my music release now. Like, I just assume that every song I put out is going to have a music video, even if I don't end up getting to it. Like, I like knowing that there's a possibility that there's going to be a music video to almost every single track on the album. Video's huge to me. I just love music videos. You know what I mean? Like, I love the visions that come to me, and it's actually my favorite part of writing music, to be honest. Like, my favorite part is producing the music videos to the actual songs.
Okay.
So
nice. Well, it's a truly unique art process, and it's something that not a lot of people are doing. Everybody's got a video, but not everybody's doing it on their own. So my props to you for doing that, not just for taking the time, but learning the craft. It's a whole nother experience. It's not like anything else. Like, you can turn on a microphone and hit record, you can turn on the camera and hit record, but you actually have to piece all of these things together and make it fit, and that's art. No,
video production is a whole different art form. It's way different than music, but I mean, I love them equally, to be honest. I can't even say I have a favorite, man. I love them equally.
Well, your video work is truly amazing. I've been watching a lot of your videos for a couple years now, and we can see your growth as an artist over 15, 20 years of doing music, but your growth as a videographer is just growing exponentially faster. And I'm sure technology helps with that, but you definitely hit the scene hard with that, and a lot of people have noticed.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. It means a lot.
A lot of this is based in Chicago. You've been living in Madison for a while, but this is coming from a bigger vibe, a bigger feeling. What's going on with this Chicago-Madison base here?
Well, the thing about what I wanted to do with this music video that we're talking about is, like I said earlier, this song in particular is more about going back to my roots, and so is the album. You know what I mean? Like, the album has kind of a darker, more hip hop feel to it, where I'm sure like my last two albums kind of had more of a pop feel to it.
Right.
So it's more about, like, I even say in the song, you don't want to see me go back to my roots. So I kind of go back to my roots on this album, and the whole reason I kind of have Chicago as a background is that's kind of where me and my whole label, we got our start, like, in the Chicago market. I'm from Illinois. Like, I don't know if people know that, but I'm from there. I moved to Madison about 6-7 years ago. So going back to my roots is it's symbolic. You know what I mean? It's symbolic about where I got my start and going back to my roots, because, like I said, that's the first market that I really tapped in with my music back in, like, early 2000s. And it's just kind of going back, getting my family on the track, going back to where we got our start and the market we got our start in, and kind of our home base. That's our home base. So I mean, it's all about going back to our roots. You know what I mean? Like, that's what the video symbolizes. That's why I chose to film it in Chicago and everything.
So this project is quite a bit different than the last projects in a lot of different ways, but the one thing that you kind of showed me is how you based all your songs. You did something a little different with this project, and you wrote your songs a little bit differently.
The thing about this project is, like I said, I've kind of grown the last few years. I've been through a lot of, I would say, eye-opening or awakening experiences in life. Just kind of things that you get with age. Like you said, I've matured more, and I'm in a real different place mentally right now, and I've also been struggling with a couple things that I kind of been pushing to the past, like my whole life, and I've just come to terms with, like, the last few years. So it's kind of real. It's really dark, man, and I go into it on the album. I don't really want to say too much now, but I mean, there's, like I said, there's things on this album that kind of come to light that I never brought to light before. You know what I mean? And I even put out a documentary even a couple years back, The Making of a Sellout, and that even got pretty deep and personal too. But I mean, there's still things on this album that I bring out that's never been brought to light before, and I just it's personal, man, and it's deep and it's dark, and I feel like with everything that I had going on in my life, the direction that I'm going on, and with this album is the way I had to go. It's a different me, I'll tell you that. Like, I think, I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably lose some supporters with this album just because of the direction I'm taking it. But I think I'm gonna gain a lot more people. For those supporters that I lose, I'm confident that I'm gonna gain a lot more supporters. It's different. A lot of my songs in my past albums were more about, contemporary. They had more of a contemporary sound, more pop feel and vibe to them, and they were more like positive, love my life type thing, and feel good music, party music type of stuff. And like I said, this one is kind of a lot darker. It kind of goes more into my original roots, hip hop, and just darker, deeper stuff that I don't think a lot of my newer fans and supporters since I came to Wisconsin, you know, have really heard before. So,
but it's good. It's good to show that you've grown.
Yeah.
It's good to show that you're not the same artist that you were 15
Right.
years ago or even 5 years ago. So that in itself is truly beautiful and amazing, and it's part of the process of growing
Right.
as an artist.
Definitely.
So in the studio, I've got Rip Records here. Who is Rip? Real quick, Rip, can you tell people how they can find you online, social media,
Yeah,
you know,
man.
things like that?
Man, whoisrip.com is my main website. I'm on Twitter at whoisrip. I'm on Instagram at whoisrip. Facebook.com/Rip Music. I'm very active on social media. So, yeah, find me on social media and make sure y'all stay tuned. I got my new album coming out in 2016.
You know, that's what this interview is actually all about, is we're bringing some awareness to this new project. So coming up here in the next few weeks, you have this project dropping, not just the single, but I'm assuming the full project's going to be rolling out at some point here.
Yeah. This new album I'm working on is an EP, and that's what I'm really here to do today is announce that I'm in the studio working on a new EP. So that's coming out later this year. I'm hoping late summer. I want to drop it late summer. And just stay tuned to my social media and especially YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I got a ton of videos coming, a ton of ideas. Like, it's going to be a crazy year, I'm telling you guys right now. It's going to
like
you already know my visions with my videos, and I got so many things planned, and it's going to be a big year, man. So.
Well, without further ado, we're here to present a new single. It is off of an upcoming project, but this single is called Still Here. This is SPXX Radio, and you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Shorty, I was born in Illinois industry. I'm the choice and the voice, hear me roar when I speak. Been through courts, got divorced, but of course still a G. They don't even like me with the white dude, cause they know that I be with the right dude. But I stay with the in the trunk, you can jump if you want these to light you. Rip always stay, make a right move. I hit him so hard like a typhoon. Got my life in this, now my life in it.
So on the upcoming album, do you have any guest features or production coming on that you want to highlight?
Yeah, I mean, my guy Sincere's on the album on two tracks. I got Katie Scullin on there. She's like a local singer from Madison. She's got a really great voice, man. I love it. It's just, I can't even explain it. It's just really, it's unique and soulful, man. And then she's on there. And then I got production from my dude Memory.
Okay.
And then DJ Pain 1 lended a little bit of co-production on there as well. And then I produced a couple tracks myself.
And if I'm not mistaken, is Memory in the Still Here video?
Yes.
Isn't he in there playing guitar?
Yeah, that's him.
It's a dope video. You
Dude,
guys need to check this video out. The visual is great. It's crystal clear. It's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Trinity, the third studio album from Rip, coming summer 2016 from Rip Records. Log on to www.whoisrip.com for more info.